Good morning, I'm Kevin Thomas.
And I'm Ashley Duffus.
And this is That's So Demon. Coming up, you learn all about student fashion, some campus organizations, and how to adapt to college life.
You've probably had trouble figuring out what to wear to everyday classes. Kevin Thomas introduces two students under one roof with two different fashion styles.
After a long, hard week of studying and taking midterms, NSU math major Del Savage finally gets the break that she deserves to go out with her girlfriend. Del opened up and talked about her style and where she shops the most.
I'd say that I buy most of my outfits from Walmart or any place that has a clearance rack. My style, I really just dress comfortable for the weather.
Del goes on discussing about how cheap and stylish clothing is what keeps her comfortable.
As Del Savage finishes getting ready to head out with her girlfriend for a night on the town, we take a look across the house where roommate Aubrey Howell gets ready to head out to the coffee shop with a group of friends.
And on just the other side of the house, NSU and psychology major Aubrey Howell opens up about her style and how she would describe her everyday look. Aubrey was kind enough to give me a tour of what the inside of her room looks like and how it best captures her personality.
I wear a lot of 70s hippie. I like a good sheer shirt, hide the goods, but let it fly. I don't really follow a lot of celebrities or anything. I like a lot of organic clothing, so Depop, people make their clothes, Goodwill.
For That's So Demon, I'm Kevin Thomas.
So Kevin, how would you rate my fashion today?
Probably a 6 out of 10. You're wearing Crocs.
Okay, that's understandable. If interested in more fashion advice, you can read more of Kevin's fashion stories on The Current Sauce at www.purplemedianetwork.com.
Dressing yourself as an adult can be hard, but adjusting to be an adult on campus can be harder. Ashley Duffus tells us more about adulting.
Life can sometimes feel like a sprint, and change just happens right before our eyes, even before we see it happening.
I had to learn how to be independent. I had to develop discipline in terms of getting up for class, doing my assignments, going to practice. That was it. I had my mother taking care of all of that, waking me up for school, so I had to do all of that on my own. So it was just moving from another environment to the next. I already had the experience of independence and the discipline.
It's easy when we can rely on our parents, but then opportunities present itself. What do we do then?
People will have to relocate to get better opportunities. It can sometimes be painful and heartbreaking, and it's just so uncomfortable. But it's better to be uncomfortable and experience good change than to stay in the same place and not experiencing any change at all.
Change is almost inevitable, but everyone will receive change in a different way.
The number one struggle or factor I had when I moved was the difference with foods. So it was a culture shock to me. And it was the way we cook home is way different to the way they do it in the US, especially Texas. Since I'm the first sibling, I cook sometimes. When I get hungry, late at night, then I will do it. Yeah.
For That's So Demon, I am Ashley Duffus.
Adjusting to life can be hard, but it can also be just as simple as enrolling into school and joining campus organizations.
Remember when life was simpler when you were in high school? Nadu Daza tells us about incoming freshmen learning all about the great things NSU offers.
Thank you, Ashley. I had the opportunity to go to Inside View Day and see hundreds of prospective students with their family from all over Louisiana, excited to see what NSU has to offer. Future Demons visit Northwestern State University campus to explore majors, student organizations, and a taste of campus life.
Inside View today, it's happening, it's here, and we're excited, but Inside View is a preview day for
Ben Erickson, an organizer of NSU Inside View Day, a day dedicated to high school students from around Louisiana, interested in becoming future demons.
Today they're going to see a lot of different varieties of academic programs. They're going to meet a lot of people.
Finding the one-on-one connection with the university was also a student goal.
It's more information than I would get online or any of the packets in the mail that y'all normally send or anybody normally sends. So I just wanted to come check it out and hear from professors and students on their opinion of the campus.
During the event, family and future students had the opportunity to get the scoop on financial aid matters and meet the NSU faculty and staff.
Better understanding of the college experience, what it takes to get enrolled, get started, the direction she'll head, and how we get to support that.
For our prospective students to see this event, but it's cool to see all of our current students getting involved and doing the things that they know and come to love as well.
NSU administration were also excited about Inside View because it represents one of the largest face-to-face events since COVID began.
Full normal next fall. COVID for us, we followed the precautions, we did everything correctly, and now we're really celebrating the fruits of that because at the end of the day, this is one of the largest events we've hosted since COVID, and we are looking forward to a full normal fall.
For Future Demons, full normal starts by discovering all that NSU has to offer.
Finding their path. That's today's theme, and it's finding what they want to be as an NSU Demon. It's finding their organizations, finding their majors, but most importantly, getting the help they need for us able to show that one-on-one spirit here at NSU that we all know and come to love as well.
For Macy Blanchard's path begins by meeting professors and students in her prospective major.
The booths that are more geared towards my major, so I can get more information on it and what I'll be doing here.
The NSU administration were pleased with the outcome and note that this is only one of the recruiting events throughout the year. So if you miss Inside View, there are opportunities to get information. For That's So Demons, this is Naidu Daza Maya.
Joining campus organizations and clubs is an easy way to keep busy and find friend groups in your department.
When we come back, we will take you to behind the scenes of a dance class and we will see how much Kappa students practice. And you'll be joined with two new anchors, Micah Ballard and Paige Littleton.
Hi, I'm Micah Ballard.
And I'm Paige Littleton.
One of the department students are always wondering about is Kappa, the Creative and Performing Arts program. Paige here is going to take us behind the scenes to a ballet studio just to show you what actually goes on inside of one.
This is Michael Lumica's dance improv class, using their bodies and learning how to move without choreography. Some argue that improv is one of the harder forms of dance.
Probably staying conscious and keeping your mind and body connected and working as one thing.
Carrie also thinks that it is important to stay true to the prompt and connecting the movement to the message being conveyed.
At Creative and Performing Arts, we observed a dance improv class. All students of every classification is allowed to take this class. Some students answered some questions for us about how they feel about taking the class.
There are plenty of students of all age and classification that take dance improv. But regardless of age, many agree that the skill aids students outside of school.
I chose to take dance improv because it's a vital skill in the dance community. As a senior, I'm about to graduate, and when I go to a bunch of auditions, a lot of times there's going to be improv sessions, so this class is just a way for me to build this skill, and it's just fun to like release my creative juices and artistry.
Dance students that are looking for work outside of NSU are working towards finding a profession that suits them and their craft. All can see that improv is a way to aid that. For That's So Demon, I'm Paige Littleton.
If you want to see more about dance on campus, check out the bulletin board at www.kappa.com.
That's the thing about creative students. They're always working on something no matter what. Micah Ballard shows us how one tuba player handles rehearsal.
This is Tyler Fields, a freshman music education major from Bossier City, Louisiana, getting ready for individual rehearsal outside of class. Tyler only has 2 band classes a week, so he finds individual rehearsal time important.
Personally, I think the most difficult part about concert band would just be putting in the time on your own and then just having to sit through practice or rehearsal as other sections get cleaned that aren't yours exactly, because that's a lot of dead time. You could just work on stuff without playing.
Tyler says that when other sections are getting worked on more than his own, he flips through his music, looking ahead, fingering through and practicing notes, so he isn't just sitting idly.
But despite Tyler thinking that music has its ups and downs and its challenges, he still thinks it's important to all the people in the world.
Tyler has been playing tuba since he was in middle school, so he believes that music is important to a lot of people for one simple reason.
To me, I would say music is important because it's one of the few things that everyone can enjoy across the world at the same time. Say if you have with movies, you can't enjoy them internationally or anything like that. There's a language barrier. But with music, of course there will be a language barrier if lyrics are involved, but if you have, say, a concert piece, everyone can enjoy that. Everyone knows what notes are.
Tyler firmly believes that music is just a wide and great medium that everyone across the globe can enjoy in multiple ways. For That's So Demon, I'm Micah Ballard.
If you want to learn more about NSU Band, go to www.nsula.edu/Kappa and click on music.
Being a college student can be challenging. I would know, and so would Paige here. It's difficult. Ashley Duffus is going to show us how some international students are adapting to the change in their new college environment.
A student athlete, so that's another struggle that I have to deal with.
Carnitra Mackey is an international student athlete from the Bahamas. She recently ran into the first lap of her freshman year where she is pursuing a degree in psychology. Mackey shared her experience on how the transition and adjustment from high school to university has been for her.
I was coming out of high school. You know, I lived with my parents and my siblings, so they would basically take me to school, do mostly everything for me.
Mackey also mentioned that although adjusting is a handful, she realizes that she is only getting older, so she must take charge of her own responsibilities while trying to maintain her life. Reporting for That's So Demon, I am Ashley Duffus.
And finally today we're going to bring it back to fashion, where Kevin gives us an inside look at what some students are wearing on a big night out.
After a long week of tests and studying, NSU biology major Jessie Turner believes it's time to have fun and go out. After doing her makeup, she decides from which of the 2 outfits she'll be wearing for the night. Jessie sat down with me to open up about how she would best describe her style and where she shops the most.
I would describe my style to be more alternative because I tend to lean towards more muted colors. As for most of my pieces, I mainly shop at Goodwill and other secondhand stores.
For That's So Demon, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Kevin also says if you're looking for cheap clothes, check out the local Goodwill. It's the best.
And that's it for That's So Demon.
We'll see you next time, and from Kaiser Hall at NSU, Forkum Demons.